What's going on, YouTubers, gamers and hobbyists out there? Welcome to the P&Q Christmas special. Christmas 2021, as it is soon going to be Christmas 2021. And we're doing the Christmas special question and answer series where you get to ask me questions or put comments to me. And I'm super excited to do this one. I am. It's my day off. For days off. I've got today and tomorrow off, and tomorrow I'm doing something rather special. I'm going out with my wife tomorrow for our Christmas. We're having a meal out. I haven't done that for so long, and it's like kind of almost like because we both work from home. It's kind of like our office Christmas do kind of thing, if you know what I'm saying. Anyway, I've got a load of questions. I've got a bunch of questions here. I've got them from all sorts now. Do you remember I used to say you can email me your questions, and you do. But I've had more emails from. I have had emails, but I've had more text messages and WhatsApp messages than anything else on that side of things. I'm not going to start with those, however. Those are the anonymous questions. I'm going to start with questions that have been put to me, and I'm starting with a very special one actually, because I said what I said back along was, if I don't get a question or any questions at all, I'm just going to pick, a couple of my favourite ones from, P&Qs gone by. And I looked through them and I thought, wow, wouldn't it be apt to look through some past Christmas P&Qs? And I've chosen one. It's from my good friend Mifos Cushionada from Frost and Fists channel. And it's from the P&Q episode 175, Merry Christmas everyone. And he says on this, great episode my friend. I hope Christmas was epic for you and your family. And it was that year, as I recall. For this next episode, what New Year's resolutions do you have this year? And this is the reason I chose this question. What 2018 hobby goals do you have for the coming year? Happy New Year, my friend. It may be a great one for us all. And I wanted to do this because I think my New Year's resolutions change. I don't always do New Year's resolutions, but this year I have. As I've suffered a bit from the lockdown takeaway syndrome, I've put on a few pounds, more than I should. So my New Year's resolution for this year, and I'm going to do it, and I've already started actually, is I'm going to lose weight. That is my ultimate goal, or to lose weight or mass. I'm not particularly fussed about weight as long as my mass gets smaller, which should go hand in hand, I think. But anyway, yeah. So that's my goal, to eat healthier. I've cut the takeaways out now, which is a shame because they are nice. There's no doubt about it. The pizzas, the burgers, the Chinese, the Indians, the kebabs, spicy potato, all that. That's gone to one side. Might do it. Might have one in my birthday. Who knows? We'll see. And of course, tomorrow for our meal, we're kind of dropping. We're kind of dropping the whole diet thing. Not that we're going to pig out or anything, but when you're on a diet such as Slimming World, you've got to eat certain things or taking the special note of what you're eating, like and points and sins and all this kind of stuff. I just say, what can I eat? What can't I eat? I mean, Christmas is probably the hardest time of year to start a diet. I think most people start their diets in the new year, don't they? For New Year, new start, all that kind of thing, which is whole New Year's resolution. That's where that comes from. So yeah, but yeah, so that's my New Year's resolution for this year. Right, now we're on to questions that have been put to me recently. Some of these have come from. I put a short video out. I've put out update videos, just like get the questions in. So I forget which specific videos these come from, but they're all recent. So Jedi Jim 252 says, doing okay across the pond, the big pond, buddy. Getting ready for the US Thanksgiving holiday and official start to the holiday season. May you have a blessed and Merry Christmas and all good things to you and your family in the new year to come. Thank you. And I think things are looking up for us as a family, and prosperity and all that kind of thing. By the way, interjection here. You have to forgive my voice. My voice. I am aware. I'm getting over a bit of a throat and sinus infection, so you must forgive me if I do lose my voice. That is the reason why. Anyway, for a question, what about sharing one of your favourite Christmas morning memories? Jim. Wow, Christmas morning memories. I've got so many good ones, but I suppose some of the best ones would stem from when I was a small child. I can't tell you what specific year, but I can specifically remember I'll tell you what I wanted for Christmas more than anything. When I was a kid, at the particular time I'm talking about, there was a TV series that came on, a children's TV series called Thunderbirds. It was a puppet show thing. And what I wanted more than anything in the world was Thunderbird 2, which was the little aircraft thing. They were like an international rescue organisation where they had all these fancy gadgets and equipment and technology. And Thunderbird 2 is my favourite craft from that show. It's the one that carried all the containers with like the submarines and the drilling equipment and all that kind of good stuff. So I really loved it. A couple of kids at school had them, and it was a big thing back when I was a child. And this particular year, I can remember waking up on Christmas Day. Actually, I woke up probably the early hours. I did somehow force myself to go out to sleep. I opened up my eye, looked over, and there was a sack full of presents, and on top was this gift, which was shaped, which I thought that could house a Thunderbird 2, and I was thinking, oh, please let it be Thunderbird 2, please let it be Thunderbird 2. And in the morning, I was not disappointed. It was Thunderbird 2. I was like, yes. I'm the man now. I've got Thunderbird 2, and it was just so incredible. I absolutely loved it. Fantastic. That was one of my favourite Christmas memories. Anyway, thank you, Jedi Jim, for that question. Next is a comment from James and his stuff. Wow, I haven't heard anything from you for a long time, James. So you are still alive. That's good to know. And may I say, I've rewatched some of your videos. Pretty much most of them, I would say. Within the last couple of months, and they keep me going on my late shifts. I particularly enjoy your book reviews and things like that when you're talking about those. Anyway, he says dogs are best. I think this is because it was on a video where I was talking about, I've got a new family member who's a cat, see, so now I have a cat and a dog. And I've always been team dog because I just don't get cats. I don't understand. I've had them when I was a kid. My parents had them. But dogs, I understand. I just have an affinity with dogs. I seem to know what I feel I know what they're thinking and feeling more so than the feline counterparts. But totally understand where you're coming from, mate. So, so thanks for that comment. Right, next is a question from Wes. You got a couple of questions. Ooh, who took my dice? From Steve. By the way, Steve, I love your logo on these, the Space Marine, with your head on. Absolutely brilliant, holding the gun. That is great. Anyway, so who took my dice? Steve. He says, I have questions for your Christmas P&Q. Well, thank you. Before I get into that, I'm going to have a sip of coffee. The reason being my throat. So I can always edit this out, so fear not, people. There, hopefully that's edited out, but I needed that. Okay, so question 1. What fantasy or sci-fi universe would you like to see made into a tabletop game? That's easy peasy. It would be the worlds from my wife's novels. Because my wife is a writer, amongst other things. She has the Wolf Angel trilogy out. She's got a book of short stories up, but the one I'm talking about is the trilogy: the Wolf Angel Chronicles, A Night of Phalor, Parallax, and Rise of the Alpha. And if anybody doesn't know, they are books, kind of supernatural fantasy. You've got all sorts in those books, from vampires, werewolves, demons. You got robots. You've got AI. You've got it all. It's all right there. You got witches. It's all in there. That's the universe I would choose for that. And if I remember, I'll put a link down below to the Amazon site where you can look at the said books. I think you can download. I don't know. Doesn't Amazon let you download a chapter or something for free or something like that? If you've got Kindle or anything like that, then they're very cheap. But I like the hardback copies because I like to have them in my hands. And being my wife's proofreader and editor, I take great pride in her work. So yeah. Right, second question. What defunct game system would you like to see resurrected? When this question came through, my first thought was Hero Quest, because at the time I didn't know anything about the kind of modern Hero Quest Kickstarter that was around. So I would have said Hero Quest. So now that Hero Quest is kind of revamped, and that I'm going to have to think of another one. So I would have to say the original Dungeons and Dragons. You can still get them in kind of retro format, and it's nice, and I've seen it, but it's not the same as it was. I think what I'd like to see resurrected more so is the time and the era of said game. So yeah, I was going to say Hero Quest, but as it's out now anyway, that's kind of irrelevant. So I will say, oh no, there is another game. I have thought of it. Another game system defunct I'd like to see resurrected: Space Crusade, because I had it when I was younger. I had Space Crusade. I didn't have Space Hulk. I had Space Crusade, and I liked that game. It was a great game. I'd like to see that resurrected. Thank you for your question, Steve. Oh, and if anybody doesn't know, Steve's doing this, or he's got this amazing project on the go that he's going to be sorting out in the new year. He's doing a hive world. He's got this shelf stacking system, and he's got all the plans laid out, and it's absolutely brilliant. Go over to his channel, check it out. I'm excited for it. I can't wait to see what you do with that, Steve. I really can't. Right, thank you. Okay, right. Next is Green Stuff Games. Okay, so I have to say here, Green Stuff Games, Josie has been quiet for quite some time, until recently. There was a like kind of an update thing where Josie said, "Oh, channel, not changing the names of my channel so much. It's not changing from Green Stuff Games, but calling it GSG, because when it's finding that when you say, "Oh, I'm Green Stuff Games," people were getting confused with Green Stuff World, and I don't know. I can understand why, because I always think of Green Stuff World when I read Green Stuff Games, but in my mind, it's cemented as your channel, Josie. I know that, so I have no confusion with that. But I can see why some people might do. But anyway, question is, how have you been? It's been a while. I'm okay. I've had ups and downs. I've had some hard times. I'm on the good times now. Things are looking up at the moment. like so many of us, I had coronavirus. I was in hospital, but I'm all good now. What I'm trying to get over at the moment is this sinus infection. It's really, it's not good. I'll tell you a little story about that though. When I had the sinus infection and a bit of a chest infection too. I was feeling at my worst of that illness. Had an interview. Well, not so much an interview. It was what they call a video interview. It's where a company gives you set questions. You have to make video responses to that, and then it gets sent back to them. Well, I did that at my worst. I've got through to the next stage. So, fingers crossed. Yes, I'm applying for another position. But I'm good. How are you? You're well, I hope. Looking to move into a bigger apartment, from what I can gather from your video. Now I know you're back in the game. I shall be keeping more up to date on what's going on with you and yours. Right. Next one is from Mini Warmat. Yay. He says, what are your Christmas traditions with family? Your favourite Christmas gift? Do you and your family have a favourite Christmas ornament? Merry Christmas and have a safe New Year. Well, that's some good questions there. Christmas traditions with my family. Right. Okay. I'm going to take another sip of coffee. So get ready with the old editing button. I like to edit out coffee drinking if I can. Okay, so the first part, Christmas traditions. One of our Christmas traditions is, and for the most part this has been possible. Sometimes it's not due to work commitments, but for the most part it's been possible, and it's something we've always tried to do. On Christmas Eve, on the night of Christmas Eve, on the evening of Christmas Eve, we as a family always sit down and watch a version of A Christmas Carol. That could be, musical, classic, animated, The Muppets Christmas Carol, Patrick Stewart. There's so many. So many. There's even a modern one I've got. But yeah, we always watch A Christmas Carol or a version of the Christmas Carol on Christmas Eve, and that's one of our traditions. Another tradition we have is we like to exchange a small gift on Christmas Eve. Something along the lines of a Secret Santa, £5 or less. Just a little quirky little thing, just for funsies. So although when the year we were struggling, that was kind of our Christmas really. But so we're back in the game now. We're back on top. So this year again, we got just a couple of little gifts there. Some tiny knickknacks that we're just going to offer each other on Christmas Eve. Say, Merry Christmas Eve. Then we'll watch our movie, and we'll have a good time. We enjoy it. Watch the Muppets Christmas Carol. Get upset when Tiny Tim dies. All that sort of stuff. He's a puppet, for goodness sake. I don't know, something about that movie. Oh, I'm talking about getting emotional over movies at Christmas time. Have you ever watched It's a Wonderful Life? Oh, what a tearjerker that is. That really pulls at your heartstrings. Wow. I can remember the first time I watched that thinking, what's all this about then? What's the big deal with that? Watched it, I was like, oh my goodness, just who'd have thought, and the angel Clarence trying to show, was it called George? How things would have turned out had he not been in existence, because he was basically, the world would be better off if I never existed, and he's just basically showing, there's a story of him showing him that no, it wouldn't be. So that's good. That is a tearjerker. It's a Wonderful Life. I don't know if I've got the stones to watch it this year. I don't think I have the constitution. Even working with the police and some of the heartache you have to deal with there. I don't know if it's hardened me up enough to watch it again, but we'll see. Favorite Christmas gift? Wow, it's going to sound cheesy and corny. I know it is, that's my family, and every day that is my ultimate gift. The present day. Yeah, my time here and now. I know that sounds like some weird stuff, but that is true. That is the ultimate Christmas gift. To just be all together with your family. Nobody's hurt, nobody's suffering. We're all safe and well. Really, we've got, roof over our heads, food in our bellies, a little bit of drinky poos if we want it, and a couple of laughs. That's all anybody can ever want. So, hope I didn't get too hippy dippy on you there. Do you and your family have a favourite Christmas ornament? Yes, we do. On top of our Christmas tree, we don't have a star or an angel. We've got a knitted mouse. What is that? An angel mouse that Mrs. Minnie Warzone knitted for the Christmas tree. Yeah, about that big. That's our favourite Christmas ornament. I think it's fantastic. She's also knitted a Santa, which sits on the mantelpiece. He comes out every year. I just think it's brilliant. But the mouse that goes on top of the tree, that's our favourite. Absolute favourite. Thank you for that. Merry Christmas. Have a safe New Year. And to you, Brian, thank you ever so much. Well, that's all the questions that was put on videos. So now I've got some WhatsApps and emails and text messages. Oh, one in person as well. We'll just go through them. Right. Okay, so this one is from a WhatsApp I received from someone I don't talk to very often, a couple of times a year. I promised them I wouldn't mention any names, so that's fair enough. Believe it or not, there are people that don't seek fame and fortune like we do on the interwebs. I'm kidding. I'm not seeking fame and fortune. I'm just, you know what I'm saying. Anyway, said there was other stuff. I'll just cut to the chase. As you like weird stuff, what is your favourite Mandela effect? I'm sure you've heard of that term. Now, if anybody doesn't know what a Mandela effect is, a Mandela effect is where, I don't know, it can be anything from a period of history, something that happened in history, or it could be a logo of a famous brand of something. And it's where, a Mandela effect is where a large percentage of people remember something one way and everybody else remembers it the other. So if you remember Coca-Cola being spelt with a K, for example, no, it was always spelt with a K and now it's spelt with a C. Look, and here's my thing, and they put together their kind of argument for that, and maybe a large percentage, maybe even as much as half the population say, yeah, I remember it with a K as well. But anyway, that's known as a Mandela effect. Now, I thought this was particularly interesting because a lot of people connected in this hobby of ours, this wonderful hobby of ours, are history buffs. So I need the knowledge of someone that's well up on history. I'm going to grab a sip of coffee. Right, so history, and we're talking World War II in particular, and the Normandy beach landing. This is just one point in history where this has come up. Have you ever heard of dazzle ships? This is where, see, to me, military ships are always been painted grey. They're grey. They're either ocean grey or military grey, whatever. But dazzle ships where they're painted, I don't know, like a zebra or a rainbow or a higgledy-piggledy pattern. It's on the side to confuse the enemy. And apparently this is a thing now. If you type into Google dazzle ships and Normandy, and it'll show you pictures. And I'm like, I've never heard of this. And I've never seen these pictures. All my life growing up, all the war movies I've ever watched, I've never seen dazzle ships ever, not on ships. Not only that, it doesn't make sense from a time factor and a financial factor. World War II, as I understood it, time was of the essence. You didn't have time to go painting fancy things. You'd have to have a ship in dry dock for months to have that kind of paint job done. And the amount it would have cost would just been astronomical to have your naval fleet painted like zebras or whatever. I don't get it. And also, same thing, barrage balloons. Like these blimps that go overhead to stop aerial invasion. I'm not saying none of this didn't happen, isn't in existence, but I don't ever remember this at Normandy. I thought that was supposed to be a surprise assault. So how would anybody have known about barrage balloons to put them up there? I just don't understand. If anybody with historical knowledge, if you could enlighten me on that, I'd be so appreciative, because I'm confused. It's like, so this to me is what I would call a Mandela effect, because at the Normandy invasion, I'd never heard or seen dazzle ships or barrage balloons, never. And I'm 50 years old now, so either I've led the most sheltered life ever, or something strange is going on. Anyway, if anybody could enlighten me, I would very much appreciate it. But I'm going on record on this digital video as saying I have no knowledge of dazzle ships or barrage balloons. Okay, moving on. Oh, this was an email. Ah, yes. It's my old school friend. I haven't seen him in years and years and years, and about this time of year we'll drop each other an email. I don't know, just he lives so far away, you see. He says, so how are you all? We're all well, thank you very much, sir. Hope you're having a good festive season this year. I see you've got a cat now. That's because I think my daughter's put up a couple of things about him. How is he/she settling in? Well, he's a he. It's called Lucian. Lucian. It means light, apparently. My wife named him. He was called Snowy, but she said, that's a crap name. That's lazy. Just because he's mostly white. Nah. She calls him Lucian because it means light. And I think she quite liked the character Lucian from Underworld. I'm just putting that out there. But yeah, he is settling in very well, swimmingly well. Still needs to he's not, buddy with my dog yet, Rufus. But we're doing it slowly, like we've been told. Integrating him slowly. Gradually, he's eating downstairs now. And the next week, we started at the top of the stairs. Gradually, he moved his bowl lower and lower. Now he's eating on the first floor landing, on the ground floor landing, and Rufus, my dog, eats in the kitchen, so it's not far. Probably next week we'll start putting his bowl out in the kitchen as well, just the opposite side of the room, so he can eat out there. I think that'll help. So he's settling in all right, thanks. Okay, blah 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 blah. Oh, text message. Hey Pete, how are you all? We're all well. How is your job going? Do you have anything nice planned for the Christmas break? Just chilling out, really. The job's going okay. It's full on. It's a bit full on. I've said before, the job itself is fine. The two things that are a bit annoying about it is, one, it's a temporary contract, although that's been renewed, and it seems, looking historically, that it gets renewed on a regular basis. But that's not the issue. The issue is I need a permanent contract because we want to do something with our mortgage and sort of help our financial situation a bit, and being on a temporary contract, it just doesn't help matters. But anyway, and the other thing is the content I have to deal with can be quite disturbing at times. Most of the time, I mean, you're looking at a missing person or a suicide being the most jovial of things you have to deal with. You get the idea. But Christmas break, I wasn't going to have one this year. It's only recently come to like that. I can actually have Christmas Day and Boxing Day off. I was supposed to be working it. They've relented and said, okay, then, have those 2 days off. We'll get cover from somewhere else because someone's got to do it. So I got Christmas Day, Boxing Day, and I think I got the 2 days off after that. So I'm just going to chill out with my family. You've got a lot more time off than I over Christmas, which is rightly so, well deserved. My wife particularly works so hard, and she could do with some time off, and she's starting her new role in the new year, so that's good. She's been promoted, so all is well there. So just chilling out basically. Thanks for your question. Okay, got another email. Oh yes, it's the same person that sent the other one. He says, so my old school friend again. He says, looking forward to the next season of Cobra Kai. Question, how do you think the character of Terry Silver should be portrayed? Yeah, I think this was an afterthought. He emailed me the usual Christmas email. And they thought, Cobra Kai, because we're both huge Karate Kid fans back in the day when we were at school. And we're both heavily into Cobra Kai now. So the new season of Cobra Kai... Yeah. How should he be portrayed? I think he should be portrayed just as crazy and as mad as he was in the movie. He was in Karate Kid 3, wasn't he? Terry Silver. Yeah, Karate Kid 3. Now he's been brought back into Cobra Kai. I think he should be just as unstable as he was in the movie. Yeah, he's a good character. So, a couple more questions. Oh yes. This was someone I was talking to the other day. A friend of mine came around. Are there any up and coming movies that you're looking forward to? Yes, there are. I've already discussed this with him, so he knows. I'm looking forward to the new Ghostbusters movie and, of course, the new Matrix movie to see what they do with that. I'm not going to the cinema to see them, though, because, I'm a tightwad. I can't afford that because it's so extortionately expensive now. I'm going to wait for it to, come out onto a streaming platform or DVD of some kind. But yeah, those are the two movies I'm looking forward to see the most. Ghostbusters Afterlife, I think it's called, and The Matrix, the one, the new one anyway. And the last question was from Twitter, actually. The Twitter follower. So what's your favourite Christmas song? I had to end on that one, didn't it? What is my favourite Christmas song? Let me tell you, having worked in retail for 3 Christmases over the time, I can safely and honestly say, hand on heart, I hate all Christmas songs. I hold them all in equal contempt, because when you work in retail, you hear the same songs over and over and over and over again. It's like Chinese water torture. I hate them. It's ruined Christmas songs for me. So I'm not talking about Christmas carols, because you don't really get those done in a kind of commercial, popular music type of way. But songs, I hate them. Can't stand listening to them. It's just what it's done. But let's end on a high. I don't know. Looking forward to Christmas. Yeah, boy. And then we've got the new year, 2022. What will that bring? Who knows? I hope it brings you all good fortune. I hope it brings me good fortune. I'm sure it will. I can feel it. It's on the way. Just got to bring it to you. Reach out. Take what you know is yours. Whatever. Here's the thing. Your dream job, your dream lifestyle, your whatever it is that you dream is the ultimate for you. It already exists. It's out there. You've just got to manifest it up here, in here, and bring it to you. Positive vibes, universe will bring it towards you. It will align for you. I'm and my wife and I, we're working hard and we're manifesting and we're bringing our dream home towards us, our dream area we want to live towards us, our dream jobs towards us, and it's going to happen. It's going to happen. Thanks ever so much for watching the Christmas 2021 P&Q special. I've enjoyed it so much. Thanks ever so much. Love you all. Don't forget, give this video a thumbs up if you like it, thumbs down if you dislike it, but hey, don't be mean, it's Christmas. Share it if you can, on wherever you can. Check out my Patreon if you have a mind to support me in a more serious manner, and you will be privy to exclusive video content. Check it out. That's all I got. Thanks. Bye for now. Remember, all brushes lead to war. Merry Christmas.